Hello everyone, welcome to the Integrating .NET with SampleManager 11.0 tutorial series. I put this tutorial series together to try and help folks understand how to integrate .NET with SampleManager. For those that are developing solutions or looking to better understand SampleManager, this is a pretty good exercise to go through. So as of SampleManager 10 and above, Thermo introduced the concept of WCF, which is basically exposing SampleManager externally so that it can be consumed through the WCF service. So what is WCF? WCF is Windows Communication Foundation, and it's a framework for building service-oriented applications. Developers and folks can use WCF to send data as asynchronous messages from one service endpoint to another. A service endpoint can be part of a continuous available service hosted by IIS, or in SampleManager's case, it's nothing more than a application that's acting as a service. It's not running under IIS, but running as a standalone service, listening on a dedicated port. In this tutorial series, I'm going to show you some of the tools that are native to SampleManager and one that's native to Visual Studio that you can use for testing the WCF service that's provided by SampleManager. The first tool is testremote.exe. You have to log in locally to the system, and when you launch Test Remote, it pulls up this tool. So one thing you can do is you can open up a LISML file. SampleManager uses specially crafted XML files specific to SampleManager. And so I've opened one up here. It's just a little ping test. It's crafted with the LIMSL XML structure. I click process, and of course I've got to authenticate first. And then after it authenticates, it's going to process, and it should show you complete. And then this is just a tool provided. You can see that the response was good. You can see that the fields came back. You can see the only thing that it does on the ping test is give the timestamp. So let me show you another tool that Thermo provides. Unlike the Test Remote tool, the second tool is built into SampleManager. You can execute this one from within SampleManager. Go in, once you log in, go to Laboratory Tables, go down to Report Format, and then look for a VGL script called LIMS-ML test. Right-click on it, choose Run, and you'll see this tool pop up. Choose Show Request, Show Response. You can pick one of the, I'm going to pick the system ping, can't see it on the video, but I did pick it. And since I told it to pick, to do the request and the response, once it's done with the request, it's going to do the response. Notice there's no login because this tool uses the account that you're currently logged into SampleManager with to process the request. So that's the difference between those two tools. Now let me show you the tool that Microsoft provides out of the box to test any WCF service, not just SampleManager. So after starting up a Visual Studio command prompt, type in WCF test client. When you hit enter on that, it'll pop up a tool. Click on this, click add service, put in the endpoint, which is the, in this particular case, I'm running locally, so it's localhost. The WCF service for SampleManager for that instance is running on port 56104, which is what I use by default. And when you click OK, it's going to log in. The good thing about this tool is it shows you all the contracts that are available. Contracts are nothing more than methods that are exposed to the web service. The one we'll focus on is the process. The process routine will take any LIMSL XML file and perform the transaction that's defined or the commands that are defined within the LIMS-ML file. Quick to note, when you log in and you look at the services file, you'll see that there's a new service created, SMP WCF Booz SM, and you can see here that's a brand new service just for the WCF service. That concludes this video. So I showed you the SampleManager tools, remote test.exe, LIMSL test, and then the Visual Studio out of the box tool. Hope you enjoyed the video. More to come.